What if the secret to wealth isn't hard work, but a smarter mindset? Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, your bank account stays stuck? Maybe you're climbing the career ladder, saving what you can, or chasing promotions, but financial freedom feels like a mirage. Or perhaps you've wondered, why do some people seem to build wealth so effortlessly while I'm stressing over every bill? The truth is, wealth isn't just about earning more. It's about thinking differently. What if I told you there's a book that can reshape your entire approach to money and unlock a path to independence? That book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It's not a quick fix scheme or a dry finance textbook. It's a transformative story that reveals how to build wealth through mindset, strategy, and action. Through the contrasting lessons of two fathers, one rich, one poor, Kiyosaki shows you how to escape the rat race and create a future where money works for you. Before I dive into the brilliance of this book, let me introduce you to someone whose life was transformed by its lessons. Her name is Jenny. Jenny was a 29-year-old schoolteacher with a steady job, a modest apartment, and a life that seemed okay on the surface. But underneath, she was trapped. Student loans weighed her down, her savings were stagnant, and every unexpected expense, like a medical bill or car repair, sent her into a tailspin. Jenny dreamed of owning a home, traveling the world, or starting a small business, but she felt chained to her paycheck. There has to be more to life than this, she thought. One rainy afternoon, browsing a bookstore, Jenny overheard a conversation about Rich Dad, Poor Dad. "It's like a financial revolution," someone said. Curious and desperate for change, Jenny bought the book. What she discovered wasn't just advice. It was a complete mindset shift. Robert Kiyosaki shares the lessons he learned from two fathers. His poor dad, his educated but financially struggling biological father, and his rich dad, his best friend's father, a shrewd entrepreneur. Through their opposing philosophies, Kiyosaki reveals why the conventional path, go to school, get a job, save money, often leads to financial struggle, while a smarter approach builds lasting wealth. Let's explore 5 key lessons that changed Jenny's life and could change yours, with deeper insights to help you apply them today. Kiyosaki's core idea is that most people are trapped in a cycle of trading their time for money, which limits their wealth. His rich dad taught him, the rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. This means focusing on building assets, things like investments, businesses, or real estate, that generate income even when you're not actively working. For Jenny, this was a wake-up call. Her teaching job paid the bills, but it would never make her wealthy because it relied on her showing up every day. She'd been taught to work hard, but Kiyosaki showed her that working smart meant owning income-producing assets. Jenny started small by researching low-cost ways to invest. She used $500 from her savings to buy shares in a dividend-paying stock. That first $10 dividend check wasn't life-changing, but it was proof that money could work for her. She also explored side hustles that could grow into assets, like selling digital teaching resources online. Kiyosaki emphasizes that you don't need a fortune to start, just a shift in focus from earning a paycheck to building streams of passive income. Over time, Jenny's small investments grew, giving her a taste of financial freedom. Identify one asset you can start building today, like investing $50 in a stock or exploring a side hustle that could generate passive income. Rich Dad stressed that traditional education teaches you how to work for someone else, not how to build wealth. Financial literacy is the key to freedom, Kiyosaki writes. This means understanding concepts like budgeting, taxes, investing, and cash flow. Skills rarely taught in school. Jenny had a master's degree, but was clueless about managing money. She didn't know how credit card interest worked or why her savings earned almost nothing. This lack of knowledge kept her stuck, paying high interest on loans and missing opportunities to grow her money. Inspired by Kiyosaki, Jenny committed to becoming financially literate. She started with free resources, personal finance podcasts, YouTube channels, and blogs. She learned how to create a budget that prioritized savings and investments over lifestyle expenses. She even called her loan provider and negotiated a lower interest rate, saving $50 a month. Kiyosaki's point is that your mind is your greatest asset, and investing in financial education pays dividends for life. Jenny's new knowledge gave her confidence to make smarter decisions, from avoiding bad debt to understanding basic investment options. Spend 15 minutes a day learning one financial concept. Start with something simple like compound interest or how to read a stock chart. One of Rich Dad's most powerful lessons is the distinction between assets and liabilities. An asset puts money in your pocket, like stocks, rental properties, or a business. A liability takes money out, like car payments, credit card debt, or an expensive lease. This sounds straightforward, but Kiyosaki points out that many people confuse the two, thinking their home or car is an asset when it's often a financial drain. Jenny fell into this trap. She thought her nice apartment and new car showed she was successful, but they were liabilities eating up her income. Kiyosaki's advice, buy assets first, then enjoy luxuries, flipped Jenny's perspective. She took a hard look at her expenses and realized her $1,200 apartment and $200 phone plan were holding her back. She moved to a cheaper apartment, saving $300 a month, and switched to a budget phone plan, saving another $100. With that $400, she invested in a real estate crowdfunding platform, which let her own a small share of a rental property. It started generating $20 a month in passive income. By prioritizing assets over liabilities, Jenny began building wealth instead of just looking wealthy. List your expenses and label each as an asset or liability. Then cut one liability, like a subscription, and redirect that money to an asset, like a savings account or investment. Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that fear and ignorance keep most people financially trapped. You don't need to eliminate fear, just manage it with knowledge, he said. Wealth often requires taking risks, but they should be calculated, not reckless. Jenny used to avoid investing because she feared losing money. She thought stocks were gambling, and entrepreneurship was too risky. But Kiyosaki's stories of ordinary people who built wealth by starting small, like buying a single rental property or launching a modest business, showed her that risks, when informed, are stepping stones to freedom. Jenny decided to take a calculated risk. She invested $200 in an online course to learn how to create and sell digital educational materials for teachers. She spent evenings building her product, and within 6 months, her side hustle was earning $500 a month. The risk paid off because she educated herself first and started small. Kiyosaki's approach, learn, act, and adjust, gave Jenny the courage to experiment without betting everything. She also diversified her investments, putting small amounts into stocks and peer-to-peer lending to spread her risk. Identify one small, educated risk you can take. Jenny set 2 initial goals: save $5,000 for her next investment, like a larger stake in real estate crowdfunding, and grow her side hustle to $1,000 a month. She automated her savings, putting $200 a month into an investment account, and dedicated 1 hour a day to her side hustle. Within 9 months, her side hustle was earning $600, and her investments were generating $50 a month. She wasn't out of the rat race yet, but she had a roadmap. Kiyosaki's clarity, focus on passive income, not just a bigger paycheck, gave Jenny purpose and momentum. Action step: calculate your monthly expenses and set a small passive income goal, like generating $25 a month from a new asset within 6 months. 9 months after reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Jenny wasn't a millionaire, but she was transformed. She'd paid off $7,000 in debt, launched a side hustle earning $600 a month, and owned a small portfolio of dividend stocks and a rental property share generating $50 a month. More importantly, she felt empowered. Money was no longer a mystery. She understood how to make it grow. Her side hustle expanded, and she began mentoring other teachers on financial literacy, turning her journey into a mission. Jenny wasn't rich yet, but she was building wealth with intention, confidence, and a clear plan. Now, it's your turn. Rich Dad, Poor Dad isn't about complex formulas or insider secrets. It's about shifting your mindset from employee to investor, from consumer to creator. Robert Kiyosaki's lessons are a roadmap to a future where money serves you. Here's your challenge. Pick one lesson from this book today. Maybe it's cutting one liability, learning one financial concept, or taking one small risk, like investing $50 or starting a side hustle. Make it simple, track it, celebrate it. These small steps will compound into a life of financial freedom. In 30 days, you'll feel more in control. In 30 months, you'll see real progress. In 30 years, you'll be living a life you once only imagined. Don't wait for a promotion or a windfall. Grab Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and start rewriting your financial story. Check the link in the description for a special discount. If this video sparked something in you, hit the thumbs up, subscribe for more life-changing book breakdowns, and drop a comment. What's one money move you're making today? Let's escape the rat race together. Stop chasing money. Start building wealth today.